Alrighty. Hi. Now what? It's our cold opening. How cold are you? Are you cold?
A little. Well, not too chilly.
Freezing.
It was a bit colder today than it was yesterday.
Like 30 degrees. Welcome to Pennsylvania.
Our weather is bipolar. Especially
because it's warm and cold? Because it's North Pole and South Pole? Bipolar? Come on.
I don't like this. But it's especially bipolar when we are going from either like summer to fall or winter to spring.
Very much so.
Because the crossover between spring and summer and fall and winter, not much of a difference. Just more snow or less snow.
Well,
more sun or more snow.
Yes and no. Sometimes Halloween is warm and you don't want to put on layers for costumes. This year and then other years it's raining or in freaking cold. What was this year?
It was cold.
Yeah.
Very cold.
And then it snowed on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But did it snow on Christmas?
I don't think so. Because all that snow melted. We built a snowman, and then it almost completely disappeared before we got more snow.
It was a nub for... It's finally melted, and it's just a pile of leaves now.
Yeah, finally.
But we built it in November, and it lasted till like February.
Just about. And then we had I think at one point I saw 61 degrees yesterday. And then today's high was like 35.
I think it was 37.
Oh, really? Nice. Weather has nothing to do with this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. You're Phoenix, I'm Will, and we're here to bring on the questions. Link?
You can find all of our links at linktree.com/BOTQS.
Yep, and I think I'm going to try, because I saw this other Linktree page that straight up had the YouTube video right on the Linktree page. You don't even have to hit a link and go to YouTube. It's just right there. So I wonder if I can do that with audio also. Just put the speaker right there. I just named two of the things that you're going to find links to on linktree.com/BOTQS.
Yes.
Others would be Spotify and Apple and TuneIn Radio, maybe. Bunch of them. We keep doing this every time, but it's our shtick at this point. And the visuals are YouTube and
Instagram and TikTok.
There you go. There you go. So, Miss Phoenix, what question are we bringing in this episode?
What is Coral Castle and who built it?
Can you answer either one of those questions right off the bat?
I have no clue what Coral Castle is at all.
Cool.
Haven't heard the name until now.
Nice. So this will be a completely new thing to you, and you're going to learn all this stuff as we go through the notes. Yeah. Are you already bored?
No, just it's 8 o'clock.
Oh no, 8 o'clock. All right, Grandma, we'll have to get through this for you. The Coral Castle Museum and Sculptured Garden, situated in Homestead, Florida, represents a singular achievement in the annals of vernacular architecture and modern megalithic construction. Spanning nearly 3 decades of solitary labor, the site comprises over 1,100 short tons of meticulously carved Oolitic limestone. When I first saw that word, I thought Oolitic. But I'm like, is it that easy? Can't be that easy. And I found out it's Oolitic. Oolitic. Arranged in a complex into a complex of walls, furniture, astronomical instruments, and a 2-story habitable tower. The structure, originally titled Rockgate Park, was the life work of Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant whose diminutive stature, standing barely 5 feet tall and weighing approximately 100 pounds, stood in stark contrast to the colossal scale of his handiwork. You are probably taller and have more mass than this small man.
I'm definitely taller than this small man, because I am over 5 feet.
You weigh more than 100 pounds?
Yes.
There you go. You could beat this man in a fight by just sitting on him.
I think I'll kick him.
But he's a sad man. We'll get into the story.
Well, then I'll pick him up and let him down gently.
Pat his head.
Good night. Sleep tight.
The site remains a focal point of inquiry for engineers, historians, and physicists due to the precision of its assembly and the pervasive mystery surrounding the methods employed by a single man to manipulate stones weighing as much as 30 tons.
The primary material utilized in the construction of Coral Castle is Miami Oolite, a specific variety of sedimentary rock prevalent in southeastern Florida. So, where is this place?
Homestead, Florida. It's southeast. Like, you know, they got the panhandle, well, the handle of Florida, and like down. I'm gonna guess when it says southeast. I haven't looked at. We can look at it on a map. We have the power of the internet at our fingertips. But I'm gonna guess it's somewhere along where Gulf meets ocean. Keep reading. I'll find it on a map.
While popularly referred to as coral, the stone is technically oolitic limestone, characterized by its composition of small spherical grains known as ooids. Ooids?
Did I put the pronunciation in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, ooids.
So,
Ooids. Ooids.
Ooids. Like blends together.
So weird.
These grains are formed through the concentric layering of calcium carbonate around a microscopic nucleus, such as a shell fragment or a grain of sand, in shallow, agitated marine environments.
So, Homestead, Florida is south of Miami, which is already way down there, and this is even more south of that. Like, oh,
excuse me.
Boring. I know. It's just maps and stuff.
Almost to the end of Florida.
Yes.
The Floridian Peninsula.
This part is called Kendall.
Oh.
We have a friend named Kendall who lives in Florida, but not in Kendall, Florida.
I have more than one friend who is named Kendall.
Who lives in Florida?
No. One of them lives in Kendall. One of them lives in Florida. Not Kendall, Florida, but in Florida.
But her name's Kendall.
Yes.
And her name's Kendall. And you have a Kendall who lives here.
Yes. In my grade. Who's in one of my classes.
It's all coming together. This is what we call a synchronicity.
The ring of the ring light is like making one of those circles for my eye. Like when you look at a light too long and it like and it was like putting it around your eye.
Don't look directly into them.
I look straight at your phone. It just is there.
Leedskalnin's choice of Oolite was not merely a matter of geographical convenience. It reflected a sophisticated understanding of material properties. Oolite is highly porous and relatively soft when first extracted from beneath the topsoil, where it remains saturated with groundwater. This state of saturation facilitates easier quarrying and carving using basic hand tools. So what I imagine is like clay, but more sedimentary with more stuff in it. A bit more grainy than clay, but like a wet.
Textured clay.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I guess. I mean, we didn't look at any videos or anything, but I guess like you find this stuff and it's kind of like clay, but it's this soft earth, not dirt, and then you can cut a block out of it, I guess.
Like hydrated earth.
Yeah. You cut a block out of it and then read further, it evaporates and hardens like cement.
What I'm thinking of is like hydrating a piece of like, if you were going to your backyard and you had a strip of just bare dirt, which we have, and you were to like hydrate a little bit and then cut that out and let it evaporate, it would turn into hard dirt.
Yeah, kind of. But I don't think there's any hydrating in this. I think because the groundwater is so close.
Well, it's pre-hydrated for you.
Right. Then you can just cut this block out of the ground and go stack it over there with the rest of them and build a wall. But kind of heavy. However, upon exposure to the atmosphere, the evaporation of interstitial water triggers a crystallization process, hardening the stone and enhancing its durability and resistance to weathering. This geological characteristic allowed Leedskalnin to achieve high-precision joints without the use of mortar. Pretty cool, right? As a shear mass and the refined surfaces of the blocks ensure structural stability through gravity and friction. The distribution of Miami Oolite from Palm Beach County to the Florida Keys meant that Leedskalnin had access to an almost inexhaustible supply of building material directly beneath his property. This availability eliminated the logistical burden of long-distance transport during the initial construction phase in Florida City.
So we just walk outside, cut out his clay, his textured clay block, and just turns around, boom, place.
Kinda, but it's a little heavier. He needed some tools. We'll learn.
Edward Leedskalnin was born on January 12th, 1887, in Stamarina. That's a fun word.
It's Latvian.
Parish, Latvia.
There you go.
Which was then part of the
Governorate
Governorate of Livonia?
That's how I would pronounce it, straight up phonetically.
Within the Russian Empire. There was a Russian Empire.
Not anymore.
That's why I said was. He was the fifth son of Andreas and Mina.
It's pretty much the same way. Leedskalnins.
Leedskalnins, who were farmers. Much of Leedskalnin's early life remains obscure, though it was documented that he received only a fourth-grade formal education. Despite this lack of conventional schooling, he was described as an intellectually curious child who spent considerable time reading, which fostered a lifelong interest in sciences such as physics, astronomy, and magnetism.
Oh, yeah.
He seemed pretty smart for only fourth-grade education.
Right. He was highly focused on the things he wanted to be focused on.
Makes sense. It is widely believed that Leedskalnin learned the fundamentals of stonemasonry from his father. This familial apprenticeship provided him with the traditional techniques for splitting, shaping, and moving stone, skills that would later be essential for his Florida project. Before immigrating, he worked as a lumberjack, a profession that required a practical understanding of leverage and the movement of heavy loads using rudimentary equipment.
Mm-hmm. The trajectory of Leedskalnin's life was fundamentally altered by a romantic tragedy. At the age of 26, he was engaged to marry a 16-year-old girl named Agnes Skuvst, or Skuvst, 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 whatever, in Riga, Latvia. Just one day before the wedding ceremony, Skuvst canceled the engagement. Various accounts suggest she cited Leedskalnin's age. He was 10 years her senior, and his lack of financial prospects as the primary reasons for her withdrawal. I kind of get it.
It makes sense. This is the 1800s.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have any good prospects in careers or whatever. Why would the 16-year-old want to be with him? Especially if he's only 5 feet tall and 100 pounds.
Well, I don't think they cared about that. They cared about families. They created arranged marriages to have better assets and stuff. Better their own assets through marrying their daughters to other sons. Or just grown men in general.
So he didn't have a business. He didn't have a kingdom. So Agnes was like, nah.
He didn't have much stuff, and so it wasn't very beneficial. Yeah. It wasn't beneficial for her or her family.
It makes sense. Totally makes sense, but it broke his heart. This rejection prompted Leedskalnin's departure from Latvia and his eventual migration to North America in 1912. He arrived in New York City on April 7th, 1912, and subsequently worked in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, and Texas. My man got around. Pacific Northwest, it's way over there. Canada, it's not far from the Pacific Northwest. It's up there. But then Texas, and eventually Florida.
And the states are ginormous, so.
Yes, they are.
It takes us about
a day to get to Florida from where we are. Literally. Like 19 hours of driving.
Yeah.
If we didn't stop.
And that is just across a couple of states. And it takes us at least 4 hours to get down to Delaware.
And that's with modern vehicles and speed limits of 70 and less.
And this is 1912 with new cars or no cars?
That's a good question. I don't know when. Well, probably cars, but not
very
mass
good cars.
Assembled cars.
And so mainly just horse wagons.
Horse wagons. Maybe.
Horses and
maybe.
Wagons.
Maybe. But anyway. He got around. Somehow. Some historians have hypothesized that his departure may have also been influenced by his involvement in the 1905 armed uprising against the Russian Tsar, though the romantic narrative remains the primary explanation provided in his own writings.
During his years wandering North America, Leedskalnin contracted tuberculosis, a diagnosis that was often considered terminal in the early 20th century. We did not have the healthcare back then that we have today.
Oh.
In search of a climate conducive to respiratory health, he relocated to Florida in the winter of 1922 to 1923. He initially purchased a 1-acre plot in Florida City, a remote location bordering the Everglades that was sparsely populated at the time. Leedskalnin claimed to have spontaneously healed from tuberculosis, a feat he attributed to the therapeutic application of magnets. Magnets?
Maybe. I don't know what kind of magnetic therapy he was doing, but
Swallowing one and opening his lungs with the other.
but I do have some questions about tuberculosis. I thought I read this before, but historically, a cold, dry, and high altitude climate was considered best for treating tuberculosis, as it was thought to stimulate metabolism, reduce bacterial survival, and improve breathing. Modern evidence suggests dry, sunny, and in some studies, warmer climates with low humidity may limit TB spread, though comprehensive medical care is the primary cure. So, going to Florida, even in the wintertime, it's still humid down there. I think.
Kinda. It's less humid than the summer, but it's still humid because it's coastal-ish climate, or at least where we've been.
So then how did that help his tuberculosis?
I was thinking like humidity, like how you would go. What even is tuberculosis?
I don't know.
I
It's a respiratory thing, I think. This makes me think we should do well, it's not tuberculosis, but it makes me think of it. Typhoid Mary. You know who Typhoid Mary is?
Nope.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we'll get into her. She's some. Tuberculosis is a serious contagious infection caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria, primarily affecting the lungs, pulmonary TB, but capable of spreading to other organs like the brain, kidneys, or spine. It's not good. Spreads through the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or speaks. TB is preventable and curable with antibiotics, but can be fatal if untreated. And what? There was something. I think to get your clearances to be around kids for anything, you have to get a TB test, a tuberculosis test. So, you have to get a criminal background, then you have to get the tuberculosis test. And there was something else, FBI thing. I don't know. I know there was two things when we volunteer for the band boosters, or we volunteer to help with the band and whatnot. But I think that's the reason I had to get a TB test, was to get fully all the clearances to be around young people. And your mother has to get hers every once in a while since she's a teacher. TB test. I don't know. Little tangent on tuberculosis.
I never knew much about tuberculosis.
Leedskalnin, he got better, according to him, because of the magnets. Seems a little hooey, but perhaps hooey works for him. Placebo.
I was thinking that he would get cured from the the sunshine, or being down there and its humidity, and when you go in the shower when you're sick to help break up stuff, and you feel better, and steam.
Maybe. But a warmer, humid climate helps bacteria spread, though. Not viruses, bacteria. Well, probably viruses too, but definitely bacteria. I don't know, man. So I guess there's some thought for both ways.
I got it. Arctic. It's dry. It's cold.
Yeah. Yep.
Dark.
Yep. You got tuberculosis? North Pole.
Go straight north. Or straight south.
Yep. Depending on which hemisphere you're in.
Yeah.
If you're already in northern hemisphere, don't suffer. Just go a little bit further.
If you're down in Australia, just go south. Don't trek all the way up.
No. South America, go further south. Africa, keep going. Anyway, this personal health crisis.
This personal health crisis intensified his focus on magnetism and electrical currents, leading him to conduct extensive experiments. He believed that the universe was governed by magnetic principles and that human health was intimately connected to these forces. Excuse me.
TB?
No.
Oh.
Breathing in spit.
It's like TB, but a little different.
What? This fixation on magnetism would eventually form the theoretical basis for his construction methods.
The construction of Core Castle was explicitly framed by Leedskalnin as a tribute to Agnes Scuffst, whom he affectionately referred to as his Sweet 16. He maintained a lifelong hope that she would eventually realize the depth of his devotion and join him in Florida. The site was designed not merely as a residence, but as a symbolic domestic environment for a family that never existed. Each component of the castle carries profound personal significance, representing Leedskalnin's vision of a life shared with his lost love. You looking up how to actually pronounce Scufst?
No, I want to look up Coral Castle.
Oh, you want to see it?
That's pretty. I think we should go there.
It's like when you get to Florida, if you're driving to Florida, it's like a whole other day of drive to get that far. Perhaps.
2-day trip. Let's get it.
Yikes.
I like this little moon. Like this crescent moon here.
It's in the notes, man. We'll talk about it. You talking about the heart-shaped table?
Sure. The heart-shaped table. This 5,000-pound slab of Oolite is recognized as the, quote, world's largest valentine. Leedskalnin even planted a resilient ixora plant on its surface to provide permanent flowers for Agnes.
Beautiful. Is it in the picture?
Let me look it up.
The throne room. Leedskalnin carved elaborate stone thrones for himself, Agnes, and their envisioned children. Notably, he also included a throne for her mother-in-law situated behind the main thrones. Wasn't that nice? You thought ahead. There it is, in the heart.
And then, I'm trying to see if I can find any thrones. Oh, I think throne room.
Throne room.
By your crescent moon. The Grotto of Three Bears. Inspired by children's stories, this area was intended as a playground for his future offspring.
The Mad Rocker. A side-by-side rocking chair designed to allow two people to sit close to one another while facing away during an argument.
Here's a guy in the throne room.
A guy? He thinks he's so cool, doesn't he?
I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's an old picture. I'm trying to find.
Despite these grand gestures, Agnes Scuffst never visited the site. When she was eventually tracked down in Holland, decades later, she expressed complete indifference toward Leedskalnin and his creation, stating she had no desire to marry him then or in her youth. Yikes. This is mostly an audio medium. Here you are looking at pictures.
Well, how are the people listening to this? If you want to see pictures.
If you want to see you looking at pictures on your phone in the video.
I was going to say if you want to see pictures, look it up.
Well, we'll put some pictures on with Core Castle. All right, Leedskalnin began construction.
Leedskalnin began construction in 1923, naming the original site Ed's Place or Rockgate Park. I don't get Ed's Place, but I get Rockgate Park.
His name was Edward Leedskalnin.
Oh.
Come on.
I forgot
paying
his
attention?
first name. For 13 years, he worked in near total isolation, often under the cover of night to ensure privacy. His reclusive habits and the massive scale of the stones led to local rumors that he possessed supernatural abilities or an arcane knowledge of the pyramids.
What?
You know what? I get the pyramids thing. If
Yeah.
he is barely 5 foot,
And he's moving all that material,
the ginormous stones,
that dense material.
well, how else would they build the pyramids? Because most people built the pyramids were like slaves, and they were like probably skinny, scrawny.
They were strong because they picked up 5-ton blocks
Somehow,
and put them down.
do they have like historic super soldier serum?
Aliens.
Are you an Illuminati believer?
Ancient aliens. Come on. No?
That made me think of when that wasn't the Mexican governor or someone. I think it was some sort of Mexican scientist or something that said that he found a alien and it was like dead.
What? The Mexican president? Talking about. See, that's the guy. Aliens. There he goes.
I don't know that.
That's Giorgio Tsoukalos.
Still doesn't ring a bell.
I don't have cool hair like that, though.
You don't have hair like that, period.
Look at this guy. Anyway, we are severely getting distracted. Where is Giorgio Tsoukalos? There he goes. Looks like he started to get abducted, and then they stopped.
They pulled back his hair. He has so much hair, but a receding hairline. It's just,
Yep.
It's like how you. It's like if someone were to draw a stick figure and draw the hair.
Hair hilarious. Come on.
That was horrible.
Pyramids?
While Leedskalnin claimed to have unlocked the, quote, secrets of the ancient Egyptians, observers occasionally noted the presence of more conventional equipment. He utilized a massive tripod constructed from Dade County pine, which is an exceptionally strong and dense wood. This tripod was equipped with blocks and tackles, chains, and winches, most of which were salvaged from local junkyards or old automobile parts. He also possessed a Model T Ford from which he cannibalized components for various mechanical projects, including a primitive generator.
So he had a pretty good knowledge of simple machines, leverage, and, well, apparently gears too, or complicated machines. He took the Model T apart to build a generator so he could move stuff around. Cool.
Like a historical crane.
Yeah. He was an engineer. And he didn't know it without a degree. He's a highly focused engineer with architectural tendencies.
He was hyper-focusing on his project. And accidentally created a crane.
Probably. Yep, I would agree with that. In 1936, the encroachment of local land development threatened Leedskalnin's privacy. He decided to move his entire creation 10 miles north to a 10-acre plot in Homestead. This relocation was a massive logistical undertaking requiring the disassembly and transport of 1,100 tons of stone. To facilitate the move, Leedskalnin hired a local tractor driver to pull a modified truck chassis equipped with special rails. To protect the secrecy of his loading techniques, he required the driver to leave the vehicle unattended during the loading and unloading process. He would spend the night loading the massive blocks, some weighing 20 to 30 tons, and have the tractor driver return in the morning to transport the load to the new site. This process took approximately 3 years to complete.
So he's a witch.
He's telekinetic. He's just lifting 30 tons with his mind. Telekinetic? Telekinesis.
The Harry Potter spell for Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah. There you go. Was there any Latvian houses? Any magic houses in Latvia? I know they had the wizarding tournament.
No, there was the French girl, 2 from Hogwarts, Cedric and Harry.
Wasn't there an Egypt one?
I don't think they were Egyptian.
Didn't brother Bill Weasley, go to Egypt to study dragons or whatever?
I don't know much about Bill. Who was the...
Dang it. Who was the girl? Fleur Delacour.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking up?
Victor Crumb.
Yeah, where's he from?
Drumstring Institute.
That doesn't help.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay.
Oh, my phone's a 6
Oh dear. At the Homestead location.
At the Homestead location, Leedskalnin reassembled the transported pieces and continued to expand the project until his death in 1951. The new site featured more elaborate perimeter walls and several new carvings. The walls themselves are a marvel of engineering, standing 8 feet tall and consisting of single, massive blocks that fit together with such precision that no light passes through the joints. The most famous architectural feature of Coral Castle is the 9-ton gate, an 18,000-pound slab of Oolite that serves as an entrance to the grounds. For decades, the gate was so perfectly balanced that it could be rotated by a child with a push of a finger.
Awesome.
Who achieves that much balance?
Edward Leedskalnin, the Witch of Latvia.
The Latvian Floridian witch. Where'd it go?
When the gate eventually failed?
When the gate eventually failed in 1986 due to a rusted bearing, its internal mechanics were revealed to the public for the first time. Leedskalnin had drilled a precise hole from the top to the bottom of the 9-foot-tall block and inserted a metal shaft. This shaft rested on an old truck bearing, which allowed the massive stone to rotate on its center of gravity. The repair required a 50-ton crane and a team of 6 men, yet the restored gate no longer rotates with the same effortless ease it possessed during Leedskalnin's life.
Modern engineering couldn't.
He created a rotating door.
A
revolving door.
A 9-ton door?
This guy is an inventor.
Yeah.
If he were alive today, he could sue. He created the original stuff. And people just rediscovered.
Right. He made it look so easy. And he just did it.
By himself.
Right. He's like, look, just leave the truck here, man. I'm going to get all the stuff on it. I got it.
Load it. I got this.
I got it.
Don't you worry. I'll pay you and just drive the truck. But leave it unattended at night.
And here we are. In modern times, you had to get a 50-ton crane to go pick up the 9-ton door.
And it takes us 1,000 years to do simple road construction.
Yep. It's all the red tape. It's all the stuff people have to do. It's all the documents people have to sign and all the... There's a lot of that kind of crap.
Can we just, get some Amish up in here? Just get them jackhammers and go ham? Fixing it right up in, 2 days?
I don't know if it's to be believed, but, when the Japanese have an issue, they get to it and they fix it in no time. Like massive sinkhole in the middle of a road. They're like, oh, that's crazy. Get down there and plug up any kind of holes and then fill it and put the road back.
Well, we've had potholes around this town for years.
Well, they don't want to spend the money to fix the potholes. Always.
No one wants to spend the money ever at all.
Nope. Leedskalnin's fascination with astronomy is evident in several large-scale stone installations. The Polaris Telescope, a 30-ton, 25-foot-tall monolith with a sightline perfectly aligned with the North Star. This device demonstrates Leedskalnin's ability to map the celestial sphere and orient massive stones with extreme accuracy. That's about the sundial. Oh, you're on something else.
I'm gonna read the sundial and then I'll get picture. The sundial. Carved into the coral, this dial is reportedly the only one in the world capable of indicating the time, the month, and the season of the year.
Awesome. Celestial sculptures. Large stone depictions of the moon in crescent and full forms, as well as the planets, Jupiter and Saturn, complete with rings, populate the sculpture garden.
The moon and the planets are all at the throne room.
Okay, that's awesome.
There's the one picture, this picture. But where's monolith? I forget what a monolith is.
Just a big hunk of stone. Monolith is a large, single, upright, geological architectural stone.
Is that this?
Yeah, could be.
I'm trying to find where it would align with the North Star.
Oh, I don't know. The Polaris Telescope. Did you look up the Polaris Telescope at Coral Castle? There you go. Big monolith.
Oh, that's what a monolith is.
With a hole in it. So look at the North Star.
Telescope. That's where the North Star is.
In Florida? No, it's farther away than that.
Where you can look at it in Florida. Like in the sky, in that. You get. Yes, the hole. Through the hole. That's where you can see the North Star.
Sure. He figured it out. Let me read the next part while you're exploring more pictures.
What was the sundial? I think this is the sundial.
It's got a sun on it. It's too quiet. Edward Leedskalnin was not only a builder, but also an amateur physicist who published several pamphlets detailing his theories. His most significant work, Magnetic Current, 1945, posits that the fundamental forces of the universe are not atomic in the conventional sense, but rather magnetic. Leedskalnin claimed that all matter is imbued with north and south pole individual magnets that circulate in a constant state of motion. He designed a device called the Perpetual Motion Holder, PMH, which he claimed could trap these magnetic currents in a continuous loop. Awesome.
Technical analysis of the PMH suggests it operates similarly to a magnetic
Capacitor.
It consists of an iron toroid that can retain any internal magnetic field after being briefly energized by a current spike. Because the magnetic field forms a closed circuit within the iron, it does not dissipate quickly, allowing the device to store energy for years. Leedskalnin hinted that he used this, quote, perpetual power to manipulate the massive stones, leading to legends of, quote, acoustic levitation and stones, quote, floating like hydrogen balloons.
That's crazy. Did he do that? Did he use magnets? Like he would get the stone up so far and then just like send it on a magnet across the rails of the truck? That's awesome. Totally fascinating.
Like, I'm thinking of like attaching a magnet under the stone, but it's on the side where it like, and then another magnet, or like multiple magnets, and they go, the pull is away.
Mm-hmm.
They pull away from each other, and so he just pushes and
the same polarity. The same polarity gives it the pushing motion. Mm-hmm. That's what I imagine.
a positive and a negative.
That's the opposites attract. So that would bring it together. So if you want this one to come over here, you would put the opposite poles. But if you want to push it along, then you would do the same pole.
A south pole and a south pole, they would
Push.
A north pole and a south pole
Would attract.
Opposites attract. Just like people.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Most of the time.
While paranormal theories abound, many skeptics and mainstream engineers argue that Leedskalnin's success was the result of a profound skill in traditional masonry and the mastery of leverage. A contemporary parallel can be found in the work of Wally Wallington. His parents had a sense of humor. A retired construction worker from Michigan. Wallington has demonstrated that a single person can move an erect multi-ton stone using only levers, wooden pivots, and counterweights. By placing a small pivot point near the center of mass, the friction is reduced to a point where a single human can walk a 20-ton stone across a flat surface. Leedskalnin likely employed similar techniques refined over decades of solitary practice.
So if you know about friction at all, and how all that's working, and how did he get there to be no friction when the mass of a 20-ton stone is so large, you can get the friction to be so little for that stone?
Magnets, baby. Or counterweights. Levers, wooden pivots. Keep going.
This man's crazy.
He is. He's a little nutty.
Crazy cat. A critical component of the Coral Castle mystery is the sheer duration of the construction. Leedskalnin spent 28 years on the project. when the total tonnage of the castle, 1,100 tons. How many pounds is that?
1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So it would be 2,200 pounds, right?
No, not just 2,000.
Why?
1,000 times 1,000.
Not 1,000 times 1,000. It's twice as many, right? No.
1 ton.
2,000. 2,000.
1 ton is
2,000 pounds. So it would be 1,100 times 2,000.
2,200,000 pounds.
Crazy Americans. How many Big Macs is that?
Of course you're asking about Big Macs.
Finish reading that. I'll tell you how many Big Macs that was.
Is divided by the number of days in 28 years. The average daily output is surprisingly manageable, approximately 215 pounds per day. This calculation suggests that while the feat is monumental, it was not physically impossible for a single man using traditional block and tackle systems. His secrecy served as a powerful marketing tool, transforming a labor-intensive project into a mystical attraction.
1,100 tons in Big Macs? 5 billion Big Macs.
That's less than the amount of people on Earth.
Slightly.
So 3 billion people are not getting Big Macs.
Okay, it's a different turn. Often confused with Leedskalnin's site, there is another historical structure in Homestead known as Walker's Coral Castle. Built in 1932 by Pierce, I'm going to say Pierce, P-E-A-R-S-E, Pierce Walker, a retired granite and marble dealer. This two-story residence also utilizes massive blocks of oolitic limestone. Walker's project emphasizes the regional adaptation of architecture using the local stone for its thermal mass and hurricane resilience. It survived the 1935 Labor Day hurricane virtually unharmed, much like Leedskalnin's structure survived subsequent storms like Hurricane Andrew.
Is Coral Castle or what was it? Ed's place?
Rockgate Park.
Rockgate Park, that's what it is. Is that still standing today?
But you're looking at pictures of it.
Well, they could be pictures from
Yeah.
Earlier.
Can you visit Coral Castle?
Today.
Yes, you can visit the Coral Castle Museum in Homestead, Florida, just outside Miami, which is open year-round for tourists. It is a popular, highly ranked attraction featuring massive, hand-carved stone structures created by Edward Leedskalnin. Visitors can take guided tours, explore the gardens, and buy souvenirs. There's the address. 28655 South Dixie Highway, Homestead, Florida. Open daily, hours may vary.
That means it survived
every hurricane to date.
What was the most recent one?
I don't know.
Like Miranda or something?
They have them all the time.
Well, the most recent big one that happened.
The most recent hurricane to hit Florida. Milton. What? None of the rest of them? No hurricanes made landfall in Florida in 2025. The most recent hurricane to make landfall in Florida was Hurricane Milton in 24. What? I don't think get hurricanes regularly. I mean, we get snow days, but kids in Florida, or people in Florida, get
mostly homeschooled.
Get hurricane parties.
Kids in Florida are very much homeschooled a lot.
You think so?
We have friends who live in Florida.
Florida has schools.
They do have schools, but their school districts do a lot of homeschooling for it. Like, a lot of kids are homeschooled. If we were to move to Florida, I would be homeschooled.
Possibly.
Yes. My own mother has talked about if we move to Florida.
When?
When we move to Florida, I would be homeschooled. I would still stay at the same school district that we go to now. We would just be a couple states south.
Few of them. We should finish this episode.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Leedskalnin continued to work on his castle and conduct tours for visitors until November 1951. He derived his meager income from admission fees, the sale of his pamphlets, and the eventual sale of a portion of his land to the government for the construction of U.S. Route 1. Just one.
Pretty much like Interstate 95. You can drive, I'm pretty sure you can drive Route 1 from Maryland to Florida. It's more like a rural highway. It's not quite 95 and go 70 miles an hour plus the whole time. But Route 1 runs north to south to, apparently, Homestead, Florida.
Want to take Route 1? Go visit?
It would take even longer on Route 1. Because it's not a multi-lane highway that you can go ungodly speeds. It would be the scenic route. It would take a while to get there. I mean, I wouldn't care about a road trip like that. That'd be fine.
We don't go on many road trips anymore, so I wouldn't mind either. In November 1951, Leedskalnin fell ill and checked himself into Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. He traveled by bus, leaving a simple note on his front gate, quote, "Going to the hospital." He died 28 days later on December 7th, 1951, at the age of 64. His death certificate cited, this one's,
Yep.
pyelonephritis.
There you go.
That is PYELONEPHRITIS.
Pyelonephritis.
A kidney infection. And urema, as the primary causes of death, complications resulting from a long-term infection.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he got his tuberculosis cured. I think the bacteria spread.
It was a slow burn for the bacteria to spread then to his kidneys, and then whatever uremia is. Uremia?
Probably like
Uremia is a dangerous, potentially fatal condition where waste products, urea, build up in the blood due to advanced kidney failure. Yep, there you go.
So kidneys. His kidneys were dead. Done.
Mm-hmm. It could have been TB that got to his kidneys. I guess it goes to other organs, but he didn't.
It was an infection. Long-term infection. Bacteria causes infection.
There you go.
So, I think TB got to his kidneys.
Very well could be. It was a long burn.
Yeah.
Following his death, investigators discovered approximately $3,500 in cash hidden among his personal belongings. A significant sum for a man who lived as a hermit on a diet of crackers and sardines. Mm-hmm. The property was inherited by a nephew in Michigan, who subsequently sold it to a family from Illinois. They continued to operate the site as a museum, eventually leading to its designation as a National Historic Place in 1984.
If you had that much money, please at least just upgrade to, like, canned tuna and mayonnaise.
He was a simple man with simple needs.
Tuna salad and saltines is a simple snack.
Yep. He didn't want to get extravagant. He was simple. He didn't need any of that bougie mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is not that bougie. It's like you could get it for like a couple bucks.
Again, he was 5 feet tall and 100 pounds. Didn't take much to fill that man up. Mayonnaise, he would have exploded.
He could save the mayonnaise from special occasions like Christmas and Thanksgiving.
He lived by himself. Coral Castle.
You can still buy yourself a gift.
You think he sat at every throne in his throne room?
Yeah, and dreamt of his lost wife.
They never got married.
His potential wife.
And children. He dreamed of marrying that woman.
He had astral projection with his wife sitting next to him and his children playing in the grottos.
Amongst the Three Bears Grotto.
Yeah. Coral Castle has become a landmark of South Florida tourism and a touchstone for discussions regarding unrequited love, architectural integrity, and ingenuity. Excuse me. And the limits of human perseverance. The site has been featured in numerous documentaries and television series, including Good Morning America, the History Channel, and BBC. It remains a site of pilgrimage for those interested in alternative archaeology and the history of roadside attractions. Billy Idol's 1986 song, Sweet 16, was inspired by Leedskalnin's story, cementing the legend of the Latvian immigrant in global popular culture.
Today, the Coral Castle Museum and Sculpture Garden continues to operate as a private attraction. Modern preservation efforts focus on maintaining the stability of the porous oolite and ensuring the mechanical functionality of pieces like the rocking chairs and the revolving gates. The site serves as a reminder of the unique geological and cultural history of the Miami-Dade region and the enduring power of a single man's vision to reshape the landscape.
Coral Castle stands as a testament to the intersection of traditional stonemasonry, early 20th century reclusiveness, and the psychological weight of unrequited love. Edward Leedskalnin is able to quarry, transport, and assemble 1,100 tons of oolite, 2,200,000 pounds.
5 billion Big Macs.
5 billion Big Macs. Limestone single-handedly remains one of Florida's most compelling architectural mysteries. While his theories on magnetism and, quote, magnetic current offer a window into his unique worldview, the structural evidence points towards a masterful application of classical physics and the relentless dedication of a lifetime's labor. Whether viewed as a shrine to a lost love or as an engineering marvel, Coral Castle continues to challenge our understanding of what is possible when human ingenuity is applied with singular, unwavering focus.
Cool, huh?
I see it as both an engineering marvel and the unrequited love thing.
Yep. He dedicated himself to the thing that was dedicated to his friend who didn't want to marry him.
Friend? No, this was an arranged marriage.
But she said no. If it was arranged, she would have had to say yes.
It said arranged marriage.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, engaged.
Engaged. Not arranged.
I thought that was arranged. I swear it said arranged. I think I said arranged too.
No, I don't think you did. I think I would have corrected you on that one. Right? Maybe.
I don't know.
But she said no. And he just kept on going. Doing his thing. Anyway. Anything else?
She should have said yes. Or, well, actually, no. No.
We wouldn't have Coral Castle if she would have said yes. It would have been in Latvia with a bunch of babies.
She should have said yes later on.
Do you want her to regret her decision?
Yes.
To have had babies with this small man?
Yeah. I don't care if there would be more short people in the world. That means I'm taller.
Oh, you.
I'm a physical marvel. At least in this family.
Not yet.
I'm 13 and almost as tall as you.
And you're taller than your oldest sister?
Yes. And taller than my own mother. I've been taller than my mom.
For a little bit.
For a while. Mm-hmm. I got taller than her. I was as tall as her when I was 11.
It's not about you. It's about Coral Castle and the broken-hearted Edward Leedskalnin.
And the crazy-minded, broken-hearted. His heart was like this. His brain was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. With a 4th grade education.
Yes. He read a lot. And somehow retained all that info.
He just kept playing in the playground.
He was like, oh, what's this do?
Building stuff.
He just kept going.
Yep. Question brought.
Question answered.